Hello everyone and welcome back to the second part of the preview of the new patch and the new divisions that come as addition to the early access pack as explained in the first video. If you have the early access pack due to buying the DLC or being an early access member and getting the DLC for free, you will get these divisions for free. Otherwise they will be added to the pack. The price won't change, so you get 7 instead of 5 divisions if you buy the DLC, which is a pretty good price for money. And yeah, 35 is the second division, the NATO one, and it's a National Guard division here. Also, if you want to test them out in action, check out next weekend the WARNO Swiss Championship and get a friend maybe sign up with for a one-day Swiss-style tournament, no eliminations. If you sign up, you will get to play 5 games of fun WARNO with other teams, and no waiting, no lobby sim going on there. A bit of a prize pool to win as well. And yeah, let's go in here into the 35th, as the National Guard division here has a lot to offer. It starts with a couple more supply goats here, just chilling around here. I just love these things. You get some big supply trucks as well here, 1,500 points, no MG on top anymore, but yeah, decent old reliable trucks here, giving you 1,500 supply, and then some CV units here in form of UH, M151 and the M577 now at 40 points, so yeah, the prices of CVs have been moved around quite a bit. Field supply point, the FSP is there as well, and then you get some Black Hawk supply. Nothing fancy, but it gets you where you need to be. The slots also okay. Not great, not terrible. A lot of 3-cost slot though. Infantry tab is pretty solid as well. You don't get endless slots, but a good amount, and you get a lot of National Guard units here, as you would expect. You start with some National Guard MGs. They have the reservist trait. They can be taken with veterancy, but yeah, they have the reservist trait. Military police going around here, and they will be pretty important. You get some with a Humvee with an M60 on top for the military police. That has the military police trait as well. That is maybe a really important unit in this division to really keep all your units together. That combination of getting 2 military police units for 1, National Guard 50 cal, National Guard M40, and National Guard TOW, and an ITOW, no TOW 2 here, so AT penetration. A bit lackluster. And then you get National Guard Engineers with grease guns and flamethrowers, another 4 weapon slot unit here, showing you what is capable here. The first American normal flamethrower unit here, with an OG flamethrower, and an M67 on the National Guards as well, 10 men with an M67, and they can all come in a National Guard M113 with a 50 cal on top for 20 points, which has the disheartened trait as well. So, and only 1 frontal armor here, keeping its amphibious trait at least going though. And then National Guard leaders here, 1 with sniper rifle and shock, but still disheartened, and then one here with the law 6 and 8 men respectively, both having a law as well. National Guard rifles with law, 9 men with a law, that's pretty solid. And then National Guards 9 men with M67 coming around as well. And then, which compared to the engineer, it's 1 M60 for 1 man trade-off here. Both same availability. I'm not quite sure what is better. I feel like the National Guard engineers might be just beating it slightly, but yeah, it's close. I wish they would be a bit more distinct. We will see. And these guys having shock though, I think that's pushing it over the edge. National Guard rifles with a Dragon 2 actually, so they at least get decent dragons here, though obviously with the current nerf. 18 penetration, 1,250 meter range, decent accuracy. The dragon here flying around with its big missile there, M113 for all of them as well. No Bradleys in this National Guard formation, but you get big squads, 9 and 12 and 10 hit points respectively. Artillery is pretty solid, so all National Guard as well. Well, they talked about a lot of M110s, and it's only 2. I wish there would be a third card. I don't think it will be broken with the National Guard trade in comparison to other divisions that get 2. Yeah, to get M109s, you get some mortar variants here as well that all have a 50 cal on top too. And then you get the infantry mortars as well, all with the National Guard trade, all with discount. Ford has it is a pretty big malus on aim time, reload time, stress recovery, stress gain. It unfortunately doesn't really show on the stat cards, but it is quite significant. Tank Tap is a really cool one. It's the most unique American tank tap so far, as it is based around the M60. And you also get some ITO and a National Guard M150 with a TOW 2 launcher in the bag, which is quite interesting as well. Cool looking vehicle, mediocre stealth, good optics. Good optics is interesting there. Which you get some CAF here for the National Guard as well. So that's 5 support unit there is here, and then you get a lot of National Guard M60s. You have some the normal National Guard ones have the disheartened. The leaders at least here don't have it, but you have the Rise here first, which is only 1,925 meter range, so not that strong in that regard. Short range tank, decent 12 frontal armor at least, as it's an M60, so in comparison to the Leos and the MX-30s, but the low range for sure is going to be annoying. It has smoke at least, so that is going to be helpful. And then we have the TTS, which has max range. The penetration falls accordingly, but on same range they have the same penetration here. Frontal armor is the same, so the range here really being the only difference. Availability is similar, both are odds, but the range is for sure a big thing, and then also accuracy, and with range stacking, even better accuracy here. So range and accuracy being a good bit better on these M60A3 TTS compared to the A1 Rise. And then we have the A3 TTS with Era, just absolutely put everywhere, having the bricks layered all over the place, which, yeah, that's the only difference. 10 points for an extra hit point here on these guys. Yeah, it's okay. Not as special as the French Brennus, though. So, yeah, those are the units that you get here. Decent amount of M60s, which are a capable tank, but they're not amazing. Though, you get them in really high numbers. Like, especially the Rise. You can spam tanks out to no tomorrow. There is a lot of them going around, but with National Guard and so on, it's they're gonna run all the time as well, especially if you take them with 0 vet. So and don't have any military police. With these tanks, I feel like the military police Humvee will be really important. Just moving around with them. Then we come to the Recon tab. More National Guard units. Disheartened. Some can come with ACAF, like the Scout here. And he's get scouts with a law that come in M113s. And UEs for all of them as well. We have scouts with dragons. That is interesting. Though with the dragon nerf, obviously not quite as OP anymore. But yeah, that's for sure quite interesting. And then we have GSR units here with the Sevi, which is a former GSR squad. And that is really cool. That is a really, really good recon unit at just being recon. And yeah, that's quite strong. You have a very good optics. OH-58 here, nothing super fancy, just a recon helicopter here for the National Guard. And then we have a new unit type with this OH-37 Firefly as a recon plane. Steel Division 2 has them all over the place. Obviously, by this part of warfare, they weren't that common anymore. At least not in the direct frontline support. Obviously, like photographic reconnaissance with fast high-flying jets over enemy territory, that was really big at the time. Spy satellites and all of that, but the direct active frontline recon, not so much. The OH here, though, is not just unique by being a recon plane, which is cool. It also has a new weapon, and that is the Smoke Hydra. And the Smoke Hydra is really cool. It fires half of its ammo and drops a thick line of smoke in front of the plane. So with only 6 hit points, no ECM, obviously it's quite vulnerable. So laying those smoke lines is not that secure. You're gonna get shut down quite quickly, but it can be quite nice. Just press B like with other smoke, and then you put where you want to go, and then it lays the smoke. Otherwise, if you give the attack order, it attacks with the Gao and the Hydra. So yeah, interesting little plane here, interesting little recon plane. Cool to see them back. We will see how effective they are. I feel like 90 might actually be overpriced for it, but we gotta see. It's not a great plane, but recon is for sure interesting. Then we have the M60A1 ACAF going around here with one being a rise, only 1,925, but finally another recon tank. Way worse than the M1A1 though, but yeah, for the tank plops that you might want to play with this, they can be really helpful. They can be really helpful, so it's nice to have another recon tank here. With only good optics, they're never going to be as OP as they have been supposedly in Wargame Red Dragon, and that is good. And yeah, but it can be helpful. A is an interesting bunch as well. Red Eyes and Stingers, both not great. Yeah, these are the Stinger basics, the old ones with bad accuracy. At least they have 5 damage, that's the good thing. And they are spammable. But yeah, that's about it. And then you get the Duster. Double 40mm and an M60. Can deal a decent amount of damage to ground units. And also has good range against helicopters. And a decent range against aircraft. So, and you get quite a lot of them. No radar on it, so as obviously it's old world, Cold War vintage. Just Korean War kind of stuff. So yeah, it is here around to just fire and fire and fire, and it does that decently. Accuracy is not great, but not terrible either actually, and it can kill off helicopter quite nicely. Roland on a truck is quite nice as well. Having a fast Roland is cool. Obviously it's vulnerable to HE a lot and more than normal Rolands, but getting the speed for it I think is absolutely worthwhile. The Roland 3 is a good missile, so yeah, these Roland trucks I think will be good. And the Eyehawk is pretty solid as well. So yeah, good AA tap. Having the Roland 3s, having the Eyehawks is all quite nice. Roland 3s having National Guard status is obviously not that great, but outside of that, this is a fantastic little truck. And then we go into the helicopter tab, where we have another unique and cool looking unit here with the National Guard UH-1 UE gunship that has 2 miniguns, 2 Hydras, and then this 40mm grenade launcher pod in the front that also feeds from up top there. This is a beautiful little looking unit, kind of looking a bit of Star Wars like with that like ball cannon in front and so on. But yeah, I'm all for it. This is a cool little unit here. The Tech UE, I don't think it's that good, to be honest. It doesn't have AT power, only soft attack, and 75 points is quite cheap for that. It's okay, but it's still a National Guard, so it gets stressed out. 6 hit points, not 8. Yeah, don't know. And then we have 3 availability Cobras, and that's good. That is really good. Getting them 5 points cheaper is nice, though obviously National Guard status that has hit the National Guard Apache quite a bit, but getting 3 of them is nice. And then you get the Tow Cobra version with an ITO for 5 points cheaper as well. That is not so good. But yeah, the extra availability here on this one might make it a pretty efficient card, and you don't have that many cards, so you kind of want to take it here, I think. And then 1 Tow Cobra, and then you're fine. Air Tap has more of the Fireflies, these ones without the Raycon capabilities, but one with Napalm, one with actually quite a lot of HE. Like, they are pretty packed here, not gonna lie. Yeah, 8 bombs. 2 small ones on the outer pylons, 2 bigger ones on each side on the inner pylons, so that's quite a lot of payload. And yeah, 90 point plane here. Not that fast. I'm not sure if 90 points you like it it still hurts when you lose them, so I'm not sure if they're really worth it. You have some other options as well, though. You have some F4E Phantom with AT Mavericks, so that is cool as well. I don't think the US had AT Mavericks before, Phantoms before. We had them obviously for the Germans, but I think that's might be the first one for the Americans, though I might be wrong here. F111, no, it's for sure unique for this division so far. F111's not that great in either any form. Then we have Seat, F16C with double AM9Ms, and being a bit more expensive nowadays again. And then F16C with AT with the Maverick Ds. And these are Maverick Bs, so these are the worst accuracy ones that you also get with the German. So it's basically a clone of the German one, I believe. Yeah, that's what's going on here. And then yeah, F16, and then an F111 LGB, and that's pretty good. So yeah, this is the deck. It is not that high tier, but it gets everything covered. Will be quite interesting to see if the spammy kind of part of it works out, with how easily everything is stressed and so on. I really believe you have to get really good with military police. But I love that we have a deck like this. Like, America was high tech, which obviously makes sense in a folder gap scenario, and also the US being the top of the branch. But having some somewhat lower tech, but still not being the worst division in the game when it comes to like tech level, with this division here is nice as well. Like, obviously it's not anywhere close KDA or anything like that, but it's nice to have. So yeah, with that said, we're gonna go over the changes and the balance stuff and so on in the next video. So if you don't want to miss that, consider leaving a follow and maybe leaving a like as well. And see you all next time, guys. Bye bye, and have a great day.